While it's the first long weekend since stricter lockdown restrictions were relaxed, Durban is well known for drawing tourists, particularly during long weekends. Many in the tourism industry are hoping this will help revive the battered industry. Last month's unrest also resulted in the knock for the sector. Durban Tourism's Deputy Head Winile Mntungwa joins us now from Durban to share how the tourism sector is doing. Winile, thank you so much for your time this evening. I mean, certainly it is about recovering and recouping at this moment in time. It is a long weekend. Are we seeing people from across the different provinces in the country descend upon KZN?
Good evening, and thank you, and good evening to the viewers. Indeed, we are seeing numbers descending to KZN. This has been evident from the traffic that has been coming through, and also, on N3, as well as the flights coming through our King Shaka International Airport, as well as our hotels, accommodation establishments. Obviously, in light of the current situation, it's not as the numbers we anticipated, but it's actually the circumstances. But the positive thing is that we are at level 3, considering that from level 4, there was much more restriction. And the good thing is that the level 3, relaxation has allowed even the Gauteng visitors to come down to Durban, because now that is permitted. So there's quite a handful of visitors coming down into Durban, and our restaurants are actually, observing some good standing and, visitors coming in, and the accommodation establishments and various attractions that we have within the city. So we are, comfortable at this point under the circumstances, but obviously there's a long road to recovery following, the inconsistency, or, the changing of the lockdown regulations. So as a tourism industry, we are hoping that we are going to be having a longer period within the level 3 towards next month. But for this weekend, we do have quite a satisfactory number, which is much, much better than what we had in 2020 around the same period, because last year it was much more, lower numbers than what we have this time around.
Yeah. Is there security concern amongst tourists, those that are in KZN right now, those that are enjoying the attractions as you're speaking about, but are they concerned about their safety?
Okay, naturally the safety concern had been expressed, but that was before this long weekend. There was a lot of inquiries, just after the unrest we did have as a city. However, because the city moved swiftly in terms of responding to the security concerns, we have then since observed a much more better, response to the visitors. That is why there are accommodation bookings. The other indication of, the comfort around the security concerns is because we have had people and like group bookings that had booked before the unrest, and one would expect them to have cancelled, but they have since remained, in terms of saying this weekend they are indeed coming through, and they did indeed come through, because we've had quite a bit of group bookings still coming into Durban to do their, golf tournaments, and others coming to the different attractions. So that concern has actually, gradually died down, particularly because the city has actually had a plan around enhancing the security and putting the security of visitors as a priority, in light of the more deployment of the security workforce, as well as more police visibility, as well as, just a more proactive response. So as it is, there has been no, casualty, and the city is saying the priority, the safety of our visitors is a priority. So we just encourage people, and we say that Durban, KwaZulu-Natal is indeed a safe travel destination, both from a safety and security point of view, and as well as a COVID-19 compliance point of view.
Well, let's talk a little bit about COVID-19, because if you look at the latest numbers of COVID-19, the coastal areas are becoming the ones that are a big concern. The Western Cape and the likes of KZN. I mean, just overnight, we saw about 2,600 or so new cases. Are you concerned about the increasing number of infections as the tourism sector?
Okay, the numbers have started increasing some time back, obviously with Gauteng being an epicenter now, yes, Western Cape All these things that are happening for us as a province and a city of Durban, it's we are having with our a continuous awareness of compliance through road shows and awareness to say, firstly, our products, they are fully compliant and there's continuous, checks, quality checks and quality assurance just to make sure that we are always on track and not complacent in relation to the compliance. And secondly, the travelers and visitors, just to make sure that everybody just makes it their own responsibility to say that the compliance is the order of the day. So for us, in as much as it can be a concern, but the word of just full compliance throughout, so that we do not find ourselves falling into the trap of high infections, and that's becoming a problem to our tourism. So the good thing is that we are working collectively between government, private sector, as well as the community, and to make sure that the word out there of full compliance is indeed something that people are aware of, because the businesses do understand that the impact of high infections affects the businesses.
Winile, I think we unfortunately we have run out of time, Winile, but I think we understand completely the gist of it around how it's all about ensuring compliance so that you can mitigate against the spread of COVID-19. We'd have to leave it there for this evening. That, of course, is Winile Mntungwa from Durban Tourism giving us insights on that.